then all of a sudden, I forgot about this song. Eminem's song, Ass Like That.
Hillary Duff is not quite old enough, so I never seen a butt like that.
Hillary Duff is not quite old enough, so I ain't never seen a butt like that. Maybe next year I'll say ass and she'll make my pee-pee go. Doing, doing, doing.
Doing, doing, doing.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree. Welcome to the Keeping It Casual podcast.
I'm married. I'm a mom, so I get it.
And Lord save me, because I am dating.
We're more than just a sex-positive dating and relationship podcast.
We want to share the perspectives on every kind of relationship while giving a voice to our listeners.
Plus tons of tips to boss up your life.
And sex life.
Your Vegas girls are here for you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Good evening. You guys.
We are coming to you live from Bree's office.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. You can't drive your car. Oh,
You'll
drink
learn
margaritas.
And you will learn about the rest of this song
At the end of the show.
Yes.
Right before we recorded this episode, old radio buddy of ours, shout out Funky.
Hi. He was my mentor in radio.
Yes, he was my roommate in LA when I had my stint in LA, and we are just good radio buddies. And he sent us this amazing Cinco de Mayo commercial
That we all recorded together at the first radio station we all worked at together.
This had to be like 2007, 8.
2007, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and so Bree was in it, I was in it, Funky was in it, and a few others. But it's hilarious, and it's the greatest commercial for Cinco de Mayo ever. So we're gonna share that little treat at the end of the show.
Yes, we are.
But we had we've been having a night.
We have.
So we went to PT's, which is basically like our little Wednesday night meet spot.
Yeah, we're recording on Wednesday, not Friday, because I'm going out of town.
That's right. Where you going?
I'm going to San Francisco.
I was like, go flirt with lots of boys. She's like, wait. I was like, yeah, it's probably not the spot to find all the hot boys.
Yeah, so we were going to go there. We were going to record inside the PTs, and there's a Golden Knights game on, so it was too loud. So
Golden Knights came on. We're like, okay, that's it. I was like, let's sit in the parking lot. Let's pop the back of my truck. Let's sit down and let's just record. And we were right by the street, and it sounded like we were like, we're coming to you from under an underpass.
It sounded like we were coming from NASCAR. And then my boss drove by, and he texted me. He's like, are you at PT's right now? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, come have a drink with us.
So we had a drink with Bree's boss, who is like a very famous attorney in Las Vegas. I've seen his commercials all over.
And his billboards all over.
Yeah, like he's one of those. So I finally got to meet him in person. So we had a great little catch up. And then we're like, okay, we got to go record the podcast back to the parking lot.
And then as we're in the parking lot, my boss calls me and he's like, hey, can you go check the office? There's something wrong with the sensor or the alarm or something. And I was like, sure. So now we're sitting in my office recording.
It was 2 minutes down the street. But right before we did that, I was like, my phone's going to die. And just, life just keeps handing us lemonade. So
we've been making lemonade out of everything.
We're going to drink it. All right.
But you know what? At PT's, I had very good ahi tuna tacos.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And the ahi tuna salad. And then we had our mango meat cheese.
Yes. When we finished dinner, because we didn't order appetizers, we finished dinner and we were like, we're still hungry.
Let's order more appetizers.
Yeah.
Instead of dessert, because their dessert blows.
No, we had calamari. It was great.
It was. So that's been our weird intro to this episode. But I hope you're having a fabulous
Cinco de Mayo, or
yes.
or if you're listening in the morning, plan on having a fabulous Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
So I gotta tell you guys, MJ, she's a boss.
I am, and bossy.
She's very bossy. So last episode you had us before Don't Tell Comedy started. And then after the show, just being friends, we didn't really have to. We start helping tear down because we want to go have drinks with Rachel after the show.
Mm-hmm. Picking up the blankets, putting the chairs up, tables. Yeah, you got to break down the show,
So we start helping tear down, and MJ looks at all the comedians just standing around waiting to get paid or something.
Okay, all right. Standing around, yapping in our ears, watching us carry tables and carry chairs like grown men.
Watching women.
And just talking to us. And I said, well, that's a whole lot of talking and not enough moving, right? Let's go. Chop, chop. The one's guy like, I'm not working here. I was like, we've got a lot of words for a lady sitting here moving big stuff and sweating. Like, grab a chair, playboy.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. So I shamed about 3 boys into helping.
Except for one just wanted to carry blankets.
I was like, don't even pretend, like rubbing your chest like you just worked out at the gym. You're not fooling anybody with that move. You know, he's like, oh, I just kind of feeling swole. You know, it's like, you weren't doing anything.
Which is funny because I can tell his best friend about it, and his best friend will talk so much shit to him now. Be great.
Oh man, but it was fun. The one guy's like, you know why they're moving stuff is because the one comedian, he's like, well, I'm not moving anything because I'm not here to impress anybody. I go, but you're also a grown man, not going to watch women move stuff and just stand there, are you? And he's like, I'm just moving this one chair, and that's the only thing I'm doing. I was like, all right. So yeah, I bossed around everybody who was like working there and maybe people who weren't. I was just like, hey, you two, let's go.
Get your shit together, Carol.
I don't play with. I gotta work. You gotta work too.
But we didn't have to work. We just did it. We did it because we're kind.
Be kind, but don't sit here trying to hit on Bree while you're just standing there doing. The one guy was just sitting there trying to mac on you, and I'm like, she's moving tables.
Oh,
grab a table in, dude.
that one dude.
Yeah, no,
Not blankets. The other one.
Oh yeah, that other one. That's when it all started. I was like, what? You got a lot to say, huh?
I didn't realize he was trying to hit on me. I thought we were just. I was half paying attention to him because I was carrying tables. I didn't have time.
Yeah, so I get real bossy and people are lazy. I don't appreciate it.
Same. Okay.
But
we were supposed to have a photo shoot and it got so windy.
it was like hurricane force winds. We're like, nah, we got this. And Bree and her contacts is like, I was like, she'll never survive.
Well, and then I sent you a picture of me the day before. I was like, look at my eyes. They were so puffy.
That's all right, because now we have 3 weeks to get in the best shape of our life. We'll see.
Juice cleanses. Here we come.
Yeah, right. We're on a juice starting tomorrow.
Starting me getting out of back from vacation.
Juice, you're like, I'll start mine next week.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck it. We'll pull it off in 2 days. We'll drink the 2 days before.
So I went to because we had to reschedule our photo shoot. I got to go out with Sylvia.
Oh yeah.
And we went to the district and we're walking around and we're shopping and we found the most random little restaurant because we went for lunch and I was like, oh, this place looks cute, and she was like, it does. It's like this little bar and like bistro or whatever. So we go in and they have these really yummy paninis, and neither of us were drinking alcohol that day because we just didn't feel like drinking wine in the middle of the afternoon. I don't know. You know how it is.
There'll be a nap a couple hours later.
Exactly. Just neither of us felt like drinking, and we're in there and we're talking, we're having a good time, but this place is so tiny and so random, and they literally have like 5 sandwiches on the menu and like 3 salads and then alcohol.
They're like, we just wanted to serve wine, but they said we had to make sandwiches too. So this is my sister's recipe for sandwiches.
And that's really what it was. And we were like, okay. And the food was good. I honestly couldn't even tell you the name of the place. It was just some little tiny spot that we walked by, and we were like, I guess we'll go here.
A little bodega.
No, it wasn't a bodega. But whoever was in control of the music, every time a Prince song came on, they skipped it. And we were like, what's wrong with Prince?
What?
Exactly.
I'm out of there immediately. What Prince song was they? Were they just so against? It was
All
like,
of them.
It was like, get off.
No, it wasn't
too
get
much
off.
for the bistro.
It was like Little Red Corvette.
Oh no, yeah.
It was like the classics. Like Get Off is my jam for Prince. But
yeah, exactly. Like that's strip club songs right there.
Speaking of strip club
Oh
songs.
my god! So speaking of strip club songs, I was
She texted me this.
I was feeling myself the other day. I like just worked out and stuff. I was about to get in the shower, and I'm like starting to notice little cuts here and there. I was like, oh, my arm getting a little cut on it, and I was like, where's my lap dance striptease playlist? Right. So I'm like, couldn't find it. I have a whole bunch of playlists, so I was just like, let me just search it on Spotify, and okay, there it is, striptease lap dance, and I'm like, this isn't my playlist. Spotify just has all those playlists and stuff, so it's called striptease lap dance, and I was laughing at the songs on there because 2 of them should never be included in a lap dance strip song. First of all, the segues were just all wrong. Like it's going from like Baby One More Time to like,
who's doing a lap dance to Baby One More Time?
and then to 9 Inch Nails Closer, which it was a good one, and then they'd go back to a worse choice like Miss You Much by Janet Jackson, and I'm like, this is all wrong.
Did they have Nickelback Rockstar on there?
Stop and shut your mouth, because yes, the worst rock star Vegas has dragged so hard, besides Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit was on there, and he had 2 songs.
Nickelback?
Yes, it was Nickelback. Our whole radio station had a promo. It was like, we play everything
Except Nickelback.
I don't know why, but we shunned them hard.
Creed on there with arms wide open.
The shelf in the room. No, that's Days of the New. And they rock, so never mind.
No,
I would have
Creed
appreciated
Should
that.
have been some burning hanging my head.
No, so they played 2 songs from Nickelback. Can you guess? Can you even begin to guess?
Rockstar.
No.
How You Remind Me.
No. One more guess.
Do Nickelback have other songs? Photograph.
Nickelbox.
Nickelbox.
I forgot their name. Is that it?
Yeah.
It just sounded wrong all of a
Look
sudden.
at this photograph.
Sex. They have a song called S.E.X.
S is for the symbol, E is for the ecstasy. X is just to mark the spot, 'cause that's the one you really want. Sex is always the answer. It's never a question, 'cause the answer's yes. Oh, the answer's yes.
Who's having sex with Nickelback besides Avril Lavigne?
So the song Sex was on there for it. And another song, like I actually had to listen to it to be like, what song is this?
You shake your ass around for everyone. I love the way you dance with anybody. And tease them all by sucking on your thumb. You're so much cooler when you never pull it out. 'Cause you look so much cuter with something in your mouth.
Something in Your Mouth. That's another Nickelback song that just sounds horrific.
I don't want Nickelback to put anything in my mouth.
This was just the most random playlist. Guys, you can find it on Spotify.
What else is on
I
there?
think it's kind of funny. The very first song, somebody like thought to make this playlist, and their very first song was like,
Mississippi, in the middle of a dry spell. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola up high.
Black Velvet came on, and they were like, all my favorite songs,
Wait,
okay?
Black Velvet and that little boy smile. That song's about Elvis.
It's still kind of sexy. So
Okay.
I feel it. So they were already in this weird genre of like Alana Miles, this is going to work. So and then they were like, ooh, and you know what comes next?
I only call you when it's high. But the only time that I be by your side, I only love it when you touch me, not feel me when I'm fucked up. That's a real me when I'm fucked up. That's a real me, yeah. I only call you when it's high.
The Hills, The Weekend. You know?
You've been on the road out doing promo.
Yeah, like all of a sudden that, then they're like, and you know what else is sexy?
The mood is set, so you already know what's next. TV on blast, turn it down, turn it down. Don't want it to clash with my body screaming out now. I know you hearing it. You got me moaning now. I got a secret that I wanna show you. Oh, I got a secret, I'ma drop into the
Rihanna's Skin, absolutely. So they're getting dirtier, and then they go into...
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to.
Tainted Love by Marilyn Manson. And then all of a sudden, I forgot about this song.
The way you shake it, I can't believe it. I ain't never seen a ass like that. The way you move it, you make my pee-pee go doing, doing, doing.
Eminem's song, Ass Like That.
Hillary Duff is not quite old enough, so I never seen a butt like that.
Hillary Duff is not quite old enough, so I ain't never seen a butt like that. Maybe next year I'll say ass and she'll make my pee-pee go doing, doing, doing.
Doing, doing, doing.
The dumbest. And he's like, bitch, please get on your knees. It was the dumbest song of ever, but it was such a dope
That's
beat.
the one where he pretends to be the dog.
I am
right?
Triumph, the puppet dog.
I'm Triumph. Britney Spears has shoulders like a man, and I can say that and you laugh, cause that is a puppet on my hand.
So anyways, like, I didn't get in the shower for like 10 minutes. I literally was just sitting there like dancing crazy and like skipping through these songs. This is the most hilarious striptease lap dance with a fire emoji playlist ever. I hope you find it on Spotify.
Please text it to me. I'm gonna listen to it on my drive home tonight.
But I'm gonna share it with you now. But my point of this whole thing is that I don't remember the last time I've actually just kind of danced in front of my mirror naked. And it's just been a while, you know, and I was feeling myself because I was getting to, there was sexy music, but there was silly music. So maybe there was some kind of something to this playlist, but it was just, there's no fucking happening. It's just definitely, I was like literally
Is
like
Jizz in My Pants by The Lonely Island on this playlist?
It might be. This is a big one. You'll have to search it on the way home. I was literally like walking across my tub and holding onto the thing like I was on stage, like I was feeling myself.
Her pee-pee was going to doing, 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 y'all.
No, but I was just like, and I was like checking out my butt from like a higher level versus just the like sink level, you know? So I was just like standing up.
My God.
I was just feeling myself, and I just forgot
Feeling
like
myself.
how empowering it is to just put on some music and fucking dance naked. Even if you feel ridiculous, even if you do it to laugh at yourself, even if you do it, you're gonna feel something and you're gonna see something and you're gonna get a little of that energy.
When I work out, my workout playlist is a little ratchet. I'm not even gonna lie.
It should be.
Because you know when you do HIIT, you do like 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 45 seconds on, 15, etc. Whatever.
Stuff like that, yeah.
In my off, I like to booty dance because it keeps the heart rate up.
You're supposed to rest though.
Okay, but like if I'm listening to the WAP and I'm just did donkey kicks, it's okay for me to shake my booty a little bit.
Fuck yes it is. If you got that energy, go for it.
Well, I mean, I take lit as fuck pre-workout, so yeah, I do have that energy.
That share the link in the show notes to that shit. That will get you moving.
You don't need to take a full thing of it.
Only a half a scoop, yes. We're
So-
doctors, so that's our prescription for it.
Exactly. Okay, everybody. Now that we've been silly and had some fun, we need to get into a kind of a sticky advice email.
Bree, I am stoked on our new merch.
Yes, thank you to We Made the Stars by Shy for designing that for us.
I love it. And it has like a picture of me and Bree on it. And
We are drinking our favorite bevies.
really, it could be any two hot blonde babes. So I think you should get one.
But it's us, and it has the Keeping It Casual logo. Be sure to go to keepingitcasualpodcast.com to check out our merch store and get all of your Keeping It Casual swag.
Well, that's our hookup this month. You get some Keeping It Casual swag just for doing that rating and review on Apple Podcasts.
Or join the Patreon at least the $5 level.
That's how you get entered into the giveaway. We do it the last Wednesday of every month.
And now, back to the show. The last time we answered an advice email, I was kind of heated, if you remember. That was the cheating one.
Oh, yeah. Even Takia. Hey, T.
Hey, T.
She was like, I was listening to that and I was getting heated. I was like, I had all the feelings.
Yeah.
I had the feelings of like, I get it, but oh, you suck. And like,
Yeah.
what would I do? And
Yeah.
I don't want to know, but I do want to know. Yeah, so many feelings. So hit me with something. Hit me with something.
MJ and Bree, keeper from Poughkeepsie here.
Hold on. Where is Poughkeepsie?
New York. It's like just north of Manhattan.
Okay. Hey, shout out.
What's up? I broke up with my boyfriend of 3 years right after the new year. I told myself I was going to, as you both say, live my best whole life. That did not happen. Met a guy early March and we both agreed we would keep it casual, parentheses, haha, in parentheses.
Yeah, we're branding it.
But
we
I
made it up.
fell for him hard. He broke it off with me because he started getting serious with some girl he met on Bumble. I'm so heartbroken and jealous and sad and angry. I fell for him hard and fast. He asked me if we could be friends, but I said no. This is my first time since losing my partner. I'm having to deal with the loneliness and not having anybody. The thought of downloading one of these 3 apps and scrolling through all the Mikes and Alexes and Johns depress me. I just got fully vaccinated. I'm supposed to be getting myself out there, but all I want to do is hide in my apartment and cry. Why did I get attached so fast? Why didn't he reciprocate my feelings? What do I do next? Love you, ladies. Cammie.
Oh.
Honey.
Oh, well, it's easy to get attached so fast after you're just getting out of a long-term relationship and some hot guy is, showing you feelings and throwing you attention. It's exciting. And you're like, this new energy.
That rebound relationship, that first thing that you have right out of a long-term relationship, you always fall hard and fast for him.
Yeah.
And it's because you're not used to being alone.
I agree. That's been the thing in the past. And that's kind of when I think you fall into dating cycles with people. Like maybe you meet somebody that's awesome, but they're just like, I'm not there right now. You know what I mean? And maybe you feel like shit because you're like, they don't want me. It's something wrong with me. But it's just like, they're not ready for your recent breakup, as this guy might have been because he moved on with somebody else.
Yeah.
Or they just are in a different phase.
But
you know?
at the end of the day, you're not ready for something serious. You're not.
Did you a favor?
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel like it. And I know you're hurting, and I know you fell fast and hard. Why did you fall fast and hard? That was the first why did I get attached so fast? Because you're used to having somebody there.
Yeah.
Why didn't he reciprocate my feelings? Because they don't. I mean, I just went through a situation where I thought I fell back into something. I'm trying to be vague, but I'll just tell the story, honestly.
Okay, break it down.
Break it down. The guy I told you guys I made out with against the bookshelf, we'd talk, we'd flirt, we'd chat, when he and I have conversations, they're very deep conversations.
See, that's hard. That's when you get like, oh, this is real shit. We're having real talk.
Yeah, he and I have very deep conversations with each other when we talk. It's not just this shallow, like, oh, I'm going to paint my walls blue. I was staring at a blue wall, guys.
I was like, these walls are blue.
But you know what I mean? Like, we'd have these deep conversations and just like theories on life, and like he's kind of my musical soulmate and just shit like that really shouldn't matter, but does when you're falling for somebody or when you like somebody or when you care for somebody.
All those connections and understanding.
Yeah. So we hung out on a Monday and we're making out and whatever, and then by that Friday he hit on a girl in front of me. And you were there.
Yeah, and the other friends were there.
Yeah.
And people that kind of know that you guys
are hooking up.
Yeah, have a thing going on. And here's what sucks is like there's a gray area when you're in that kind of casual relationship, and when people don't have any kind of respect for you in public, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe you're dating other guys, maybe he's dating other chicks, but we don't like just flaunt it in front of each other. That's just when it's just kind of like, slap in the face. It feels disrespectful.
And he didn't reciprocate my feelings because to him it was just like, we're keeping it casual. And I'm sure kind of, Cammie, that's similar to what you're going through. In his mind, and when I told him like, you fucking disrespected me, you don't, at the end of the day, friends with benefits, you're forgetting the friends portion of it.
Yeah. I mean, there's still feelings involved. There's still like a little bit of, no matter what relation, there's a little bit of jealousy and a little bit of
I went into a jealous rage.
Yeah.
I kept it all internal.
I can imagine that would have been hard to internalize too. And
You saw my face.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I was upset.
Well, and it was just disrespectful, you know? And I imagine she's upset now seeing that he's like already moved on with somebody and getting serious with her. But I think
at the same time, like here's the thing, Cammie, is he probably wasn't moving on. He was probably dating you guys at the same time.
Well, and I think if she's coming out of a long-term relationship, he probably doesn't trust that you're ready to move on.
And you're not.
If I was dating, I can imagine if I was dating a guy and he just got out of a relationship, I would be very, very scared. I remember this guy when I first moved out to Vegas and I dated him, and he was the one I cut the armpits out of his shirt. But he was like, I don't want to be the first guy you date when you move to Vegas because it's never going to last. This is never going to happen. I don't want to be the first guy. I mean, this is just going to be an ending soon. And I was like, whatever, gotta date somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's kind of that situation. Like the first guy out of a long-term serious relationship is probably a rebound.
He is a rebound. And honestly, you know it because you said, this is the first time since losing my partner I am having to deal with loneliness.
The loneliness.
You use that rebound to cure the loneliness. And we're in such weird times that nobody wants to be lonely right now.
No, and there's always...
And we all feel alone.
Remember asking Bree, because we talked about a month ago, and we were talking about your ex. And I said, have you reached out to him? And you said, you know what? There's been a couple of moments. Then the only time I've ever felt like reaching out to him was when I was feeling lonely. And I said, you know what? No. I shut it down because that wasn't fair to... Anybody in the situation. It was just going to be a short, quick maybe I feel lonely. And what happens if he doesn't answer, or just kind of like
just hurts
can
more.
make it hurts more? And
Yeah.
so you knew your place, and then she said growth. And I was like, you're right, but that's not easy. That's easier said than done. So maybe you can give her some little tangible step of like how you just kind of shut that down, because I'm sure she wants to text him, or she wants to maybe even text her ex, the long-term one.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the kind of shit that makes you want to fall back into a toxic relationship that you've moved on from.
The one thing you need to do, and maybe the relationship wasn't toxic, the 3-year one, maybe it just ended normally. The one thing you need to do is just remind yourself of why you're not with this person anymore. Why did you break up with your boyfriend for 3 years? Didn't tell us why. We don't know. We're not judging him. You need to remind yourself, like when you're starting to feel lonely and you want to reach out to somebody, remind yourself why you broke up with that person. Remind yourself that Rebound you've fallen for is with somebody else right now. And don't
make it about you personally. It's just different vibes you have with people and different timing in relationships.
Yeah, and like I said, he was probably dating both of you at the same time.
Yeah.
And he fell for this girl the way you fell for him.
That
sucks.
That fucking sucks. And there's nothing good to say about it, but I think it takes a lot to end a relationship and move on and try to get back out there, be single again. So don't force yourself to be out there and doing all the things.
No.
Maybe start with a silly playlist like the striptease lap dance fire emoji one on Spotify.
That's a good what do I do next?
And like turn it up and just dance to the dumb shit. Take your clothes off before you get in the shower. And even if you have to like cry, laugh at yourself, or, you know, we're always going to tell you to masturbate. We're trying to give you some other tools, you know, but it's time to get in touch with yourself. And that really sucks to hear. It really does. But there's a lot of growth in being alone.
There is.
And that's probably some of the most time I've had the most confidence and growth in my life, when you're forced to be alone.
You know what? You told me something very interesting, which I didn't see in myself recently, but you told me since my last breakup, since my breakup with the ex that we have trashed on this podcast, we're just gonna, you said you are the most confident I've seen you since before you met him. And I don't feel that way about myself. I'm just really in a good place with life, with career, what we're doing, you know, everything. But when you said that to me, I just kind of went, really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like all I do is work. But then my friend, he told me, he said, no, when you entered the bar, the night the three of us, me, you, and Rachel went out, he said, you had this finesse about you. He said, you walked up to everybody you wanted to talk to. You talked to them. He said, and everybody was like, who the fuck is that girl?
That's my girl.
He said,
Bree.
he said, you have confidence. So Cammie, what you do next, you need to mourn your relationship of 3 years. You need to get over that. And by get over it, I don't mean, you know, you need to mourn that relationship, because you didn't give yourself time to mourn a relationship.
Yeah.
You need to mourn both of those relationships.
Well, I think sometimes you jump right into dating, because all of a
I've
sudden
done it.
all of a sudden you got this energy like, I'm hot and single and free, and that energy comes out you.
Yeah.
He's not the best guy for you, because obviously he didn't see something that you're willing to offer, and maybe you're not willing to offer your most right now because you're still kind of moving into a new place. After 3 years with somebody, finding your identity and who you are is going to be really important.
Exactly.
And it's hot girl summer coming up, babe. Okay.
Exactly.
It's Cinco de Mayo.
And don't let the Mikes and the Alexes and the Johns get in your way and depress you.
No.
Don't download the apps until you're ready, and you'll know when you're ready to meet somebody and start dating again.
Don't force it.
Don't force it because you're single and you feel you need to.
Yeah.
Right now, you just need to mourn the loss that you have. And you know what? Self-discovery, like you said, self-discovery comes from loneliness and feeling those feelings.
Sit in those feelings, girl. It's uncomfortable.
Feel your feelings, Cammie.
I was gonna say something super cheesy, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Get to know Cammie again.
Yes, seriously.
What's Cammie about? What is she like? Not what does Cammie like that you both have to decide what you're gonna eat, or we both have to decide. What do you like? What do you want to do on a Friday night?
Do you want to just eat Thai food and watch rom-coms?
Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want to do for fun? Not what did your ex want to do for fun? Not what do you think some dude's gonna want to do for fun? What do you want to do for fun? What's gonna make you laugh?
And if you want to adopt a dog, do it.
Yeah. Or adopt a kitty, because if you want to go on vacation, they're easier to. They can hang all night while you're at the club.
Honestly, Cammie, I'm not worried about you.
No.
But from what I hear in your email is there's a lot of mourning you need to do for your relationship
Yeah.
and your relationships. and I think you're a little afraid to be alone because we all are.
Yeah. But you know what? We're here for you every week, and we really appreciate, you know, this one came in hot, and we scooped it up right away.
And
Bree's like, we need to talk on this because I'm relating too hard.
Seriously, I was like, art imitates life.
So thank you for, you know, just chatting with us. We really appreciate it, and we hope we have sent some words your way. But I'm definitely sharing the link to this ridiculous striptease lap dance.
I can't wait.
The Spotify playlist in the show notes. And Bree, you too. You need to sit back and enjoy being a fabulous babe this weekend in San Francisco. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Oh, I'm not worried about me.
I'm not worried about you either, girl.
And
the
you know
stories
what?
coming in.
even with that loss, I needed. You know what's funny? I'm going to end it on this. I allowed myself time to be sad, and for me, I didn't really need that much time to be sad. Honestly, I didn't. I took a day. And I was like, "You're gonna be sad today," and I felt my feelings, and I cried. I cried a lot that day, actually.
Did you?
But it's not necessarily over him. I just cried. You know when you start
a good cry.
You know when you start crying
Yeah.
and then you just continue crying.
Everything.
And then that same day, I also, because I was trying to feel my feelings, I went to my writing class, my virtual writing class with the
Miss Pamela DeBar.
with the lovely Pamela DeBar. Interestingly enough, the first prompt she gave us, she had no idea what I was going through because art imitates life. Was I didn't want to see it, but I did.
See, and that is something you did that doesn't need to involve any of your friends, any boyfriend. It doesn't matter who. Nobody is involved with that. That is something that is 100% just fills you up and makes you happy, you know? So maybe she could find something like that that's also going to just, you know, it's all you.
And if you want to write, Cammie, you can join Pamela DeBar's brand new dolls class. To look her up on Facebook because I'm not really sure when the new dolls are, but you have to be a new doll before you can become an international doll. And if you become an international doll with me, that means you can come to DollCon in October and we can party.
Ooh, see, you got your girls in Vegas. Come on over from Poughkeepsie. Why have I never? I feel like I've heard that name before. I just had no idea it was in New York.
Sex in the City when she's like, "See, made in Poughkeepsie" in the movie when they're in Mexico and Charlotte won't eat any of the food and she's only eating the pudding made in Poughkeepsie.
That is the only time. You're absolutely right. That's where I've heard that word before. Good Lord. Okay.
This is how well I know my podcast co-host.
Oh my God. Yes, I know every single moment of Sex in the City. Are you just thinking of a Patreon episode?
How well do you know your co-host? Shit.
All right, guys. Patreon coming on hot. Don't forget $5 every month. I mean, you could spend a little more and we give you like merch and games and cool shit. But,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
$5
get you in the giveaway.
Yes.
We want to send you out with some laughs though.
Yes, we do.
It is Cinco de Mayo. Can you tell them a little bit about this commercial?
We already did it at the top of the episode.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's honestly for designated drivers. Basically, they would take you and your car home. So if you are drinking, just make sure you take an Uber or
Does
something.
designated drivers still exist in
I
Las
don't
Vegas?
think so.
Okay, so designated drivers in 2006, 2007, whenever we recorded this, you could call them and they would drive your car home for
They
you.
would drive you and your car home. They showed up with 2 people, and then we used them a lot.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, we got a free employee discount.
I know we might have abused that a lot. We were like, "Can you take us through Taco Bell?" we had the top down in the convertible with my with my old roommate. We were like blasting music. I think I used him like a couple years later, and I'm like, I think this is the same old guy.
Yeah, it was a couple.
He was like, well, one time I had these pretty wild girls, and they put the top down, and they told me to take it through Taco Bell. I was like, were we the worst? We were the worst people ever. And he drove home.
But now you and I get revenge in the way of we always get weird Uber drivers together.
It's true. It's all coming back full circle.
So
Yeah.
we leave you all keepers. We leave you with Cuatro Cinco Seis Ride.
4, 5, 6.
We'll hear you at the end. No. What?
To the table.
Now back to taxes. We do know how to end this out. Until next time. Bye.
And here it is. It goes da 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 da. It's Cinco de Mayo. You can't drive your car. You drink margaritas and shots of tequila. Designated drivers. If you lose it at all, just hi. All right. Yep. Everyone ready? So he'll start playing, and then we'll go.
Someone
I'll
has
count.
3 of you and the 3 of us. There we go.
This is the bad. And the louder you can sing, the better, okay? Because we're all drunk and having a good time.
Ready?
It's Cinco de Mayo.
You gotta give us a five.
We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Cinco de Mayo. Okay. It's Cinco de Mayo. You can't drive your car. Oh, just drink margaritas and shots of tequila. Designated drivers. One more time. This is it.
Wait. Called designated
No,
drivers.
you got the wrong.
Oh. No what?
Okay,
It's Cinco de Mayo, can't drive your car.
it's Cinco de Mayo, you can't drive your car.
Okay.
You drink margaritas and shots of tequila. Designated drivers.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, do this.
Here we go.
5, 6, 7, 8.
It's Cinco de Mayo, you can't drive your car. Oh, you drink margaritas and shots of tequila. Designated drivers.
Oh, girl, that was so fun.
Yes, you guys rock. Catch us every Wednesday.
And for our monthly specialty podcast, please join our Patreon.
You'll get that the last Saturday of every month.
And if you rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, you can be entered into our super sexy monthly giveaway.
And if you want to share your voice on the show, you'll find everything you need to know at keepingitcasualpodcast.com.